Dan Beard, special teams coordinator, linebackers coach. The first thing with coaching philosophy is just building a relationship. No guys are ever going to play for you if they don't trust you, if you don't have a relationship with them. And that starts by just getting to know one another, knowing each other's background, where you're from, what common denominators you may have with each other. So it's all about starting with building a relationship. And then once you build a relationship, you get to understand how each individual is motivated. No two players are exactly motivated the same. So some players are ones that maybe need a confidence boost that you have to give some encouragement to. Other ones are ones that you may have to give some criticism to in order to make them better. And the only way you're able to successfully do that starts with that ground base of building a relationship. So that's the first part. Second part of my coaching philosophy is I'm a very high energy guy. I believe in being high energy, having a lot of moxie, coming out each day, excited to be where we're at, excited to prepare, and paying attention to the details. If you take care of the little things, the big things will take care of themselves. So again, having an attack mentality. One of my favorite quotes is by General Patton is nobody ever defended anything successfully. There's only attack, and attack some more. So you have to attack each day with energy, with preparedness. Making sure you've paid attention to the details, and communication. It all starts with the relationship and communication. I think the first thing is high character. A person that has high character. That trust, again, it goes to building that relationship. How is he as a student in the classroom? Is he a guy that shows up early and on time for class? Is he a person that sits in the front row, takes notes, pays attention to the instructor? Or is it somebody that's always showing up late and cutting corners and not turning things in on time? I think those things carry over onto the field as well. That character doesn't really change. If you got a guy that's, not doing the right things in the classroom, a lot of times he's going to try to cut corners on the field. So that's the first thing, the character aspect. The next thing is, how is he, athleticism-wise in terms of position and what you're looking for. And then, just the third thing is a person that's motivated, a hard worker. I think a lot of times if you find a person with high character that's a hard worker, even the things that they may lack athletically, they can make up for because they're going to find a way to outwork their opponents. So those are some things I think that you take a look at going through the recruiting process. And then, obviously, what's their character like, what's their demeanor, and then how do they interact with one another, what's their personality like. I think the first thing is just your demeanor as a coach. You do want to be close to them. You want to have a good relationship with them, but you also have to take a step back and establish that, I'm your coach, and I'm not always going to be your best friend. I'm going to encourage you, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you. But I think you have to set high standards. I think you have to tell them what your expectations are, what you want from them in order to accomplish what you're looking for, and then mold them, and have teachable moments. You get 18 to 19, year olds coming in. This is their first time away from home. It's a new experience. You have to have those teachable moments. They're going to make mistakes. And I think when they make mistakes, it's correcting them in the right way of, okay, here's what you did. Okay, now why'd you do that? And have them process it through. And then when they can see themselves like, yeah, that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, and have them see in the future of how this could affect me in many different ways. And it all comes with just having those teachable moments. And again, going back to building that relationship, you got to develop them. You got to spend time with them. You got to spend time with them outside of the X's and the O's and the football. I think you give that experience, and I think you really know you've given it to them if you're a coach and down the road, 5-10 years down the road, your players send you a wedding invitation, because it means that you made enough of a difference. And I think the way you do that is you have to make it an enjoyable experience. They have to, when they come to your meetings or they come to a practice field, or they're in your individual drills with the coach, like, they're excited to be there. They enjoy being around you. They enjoy spending time with you, and they respect you. And again, you build that through the time you spend with them, and time well spent, and getting to know them, understanding them, asking them how they feel about current events, and just getting their perspective on things. So I think that's the way you build it. You build it, you're encouraging, you have fun with them, with outside activities. If you have a position group, hey, let's spend some time, hey, let's go play a game, whatever, just getting to know them. So I think that's how you kind of build that championship demeanor. And then the next step is showing them these are the steps that we need to take as individuals to achieve our goals. Our goal is, hey, if we want to win a championship, okay, each and every day we've got to be working towards that goal. The first thing is location. You're in a beautiful location. It's a gorgeous campus, facilities, and the people. People really care about each other. I haven't been a new coach and only been here a couple weeks. Just how helpful and communication-wise people have been. I think that's a huge selling point. I think the other one is, we have a 95% job placement rate upon 6 months of graduation. So, students are going to come here, they're going to succeed in the classroom, and they're going to leave here putting themselves in good positions to get jobs. So I think, that's the one thing. We've got over 100 plus different majors and degrees with what you want to study. So I think the educational piece is the first and foremost important thing about Millersville. And then